Yay! Hi everyone, I am broadcasting in tandem on Facebook and on Instagram Live. Yay, so exciting. I'm really glad to be doing this today. I had this idea a few days ago that I wanted to start doing a really regular live streaming event because I think it's really fun to come in here and talk to you guys and just like get in and share what I'm going through and stuff. And I've been learning some really interesting things recently, and I'm so excited to share them with you because I just am. I love sharing things that I've learned. And so what we're doing with these Wonderland sessions is they're gonna happen every Tuesday at this time for the next 6 weeks. Takes us through to like the end of the year. And this is just a way of getting ourselves amped for 2018 because it's going to be a really big year, as we all know. And I want us to feel lit up, expansive, excited, and ready to go. So that's what it's all about. So let me know where you guys are coming in from. I saw somebody is from Brazil. I would love to hear where you're tuning in from. I'm currently sitting at the Wing in Soho. They have these little private offices, so I'm sitting in one of those because I don't want to disturb everyone around me. Because I know that when I start getting on a roll with this stuff, I can be quite loud, quite excitable, and I don't want to disturb the people here who are working their tails off out in the main area. Hey Joanna, Beck is from London. Awesome, welcome. Jess is from Atlanta. Germany, hello, Vancouver Island, British Columbia, Canada, Bay Area, India, what's up? Germany, you guys are from everywhere. This is so good. Awesome. I love it. Viewing from my bathtub in Baltimore. You are literally living the dream. That's so good. New Zealand, Laura on Facebook is coming from London, Morgan's coming from Wellington, my hometown, Jessica from Toronto, Houston, Texas, Sheffield, Seattle, Toronto, Mexico City, yay! Hi Caitlin, Chicago, Manchester, awesome. Portugal, oh my God, that's so exciting. All right, this is so good. So I'm really excited that we're all here together and I have all these fun things to share with you. And if you've been following me on Instagram, which hopefully some of you are, if you've been following me on Instagram, you know that I've been doing a thing since last Thursday, which was called 14 Days of Gratitude. And what I've been doing with that practice is really making an effort to appreciate the things that I have. Because I thought at the time, I was like, oh man, like Thanksgiving is 2 weeks away exactly. And I love gratitude. It's a really important part of everything that I teach and everything that I like to embody in my everyday life. And so I wanted to make sure that I was not just celebrating good things on Thursday the 24th of November for Thanksgiving. I wanted to make it a really active practice in my life. Because even though I write gratitude lists on Instagram and I'm quite active with doing that, I wanted to be more active with it. I wanted to really make it a daily practice. And so as I've been doing that and really committing to the consistent gratitude practice, as I've been doing that, I've discovered a lot of things about gratitude and about my attitude to gratitude, and all kinds of things. So I want to talk to you about what is going on there because it's pretty amazing. So 2 weeks ago, I went through a Tony Robbins kick, which was awesome. I love Tony Robbins. I always have loved Tony Robbins. And I remember being a teenager and watching his infomercials and thinking like, oh, this is cool, this is interesting, but also being like a little bit too goth and a little bit too cynical to really dive into it. And when I came back from Bali, my boyfriend was listening to Tony Robbins a lot, and it inspired me to listen to him again as well. And when I did that, I learned a lot of things. I was learning a lot about the basic human needs that we all have, which are, in summary, certainty and security, uncertainty, novelty and variety, significance, which is to feel important, love and connection, to feel that we are contributing to something greater than ourselves, And those are the basic needs that we have. And so I was learning about this, and it was really interesting. And he was also talking a lot about gratitude and about the importance of appreciating what we have in the moment and all of those kinds of things. So I did like a week of Tony Robbins. I was listening to him every day. I would just, the way that I do this when I get obsessed with a person or a speaker is I type their name into YouTube, I click on a random video, and then I just let it play through for like as long as I can possibly stand it. Usually a couple of hours of just like taking in everything that I can take in. So I did that for a week, and things felt pretty good in my life, but they didn't feel amazing. I was still very much in a like, how do I fix this mode, and trying to like solve lots of problems and be like, okay, what do I do here? What's my strategy? What's my tactic? Da 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 da. And it wasn't bringing me any peace really. It was kind of just making me more freaked out. And I think it was also keeping me locked in my problems. I was talking about my problems a lot with different people, trying to solve them. And the more that you talk about your problems and the more that you try to solve them, and like the more deeply ensconced in your problems you become. And that was what I experienced. So randomly, I typed in Abraham Hicks to YouTube. And I had always been skeptical about Abraham Hicks. It had never been my thing. I knew a lot of people who were really into it, but it was definitely not my shit. And I typed it in randomly, just it was like a bolt of inspiration, and I started listening, and I was really amazed because the stuff that was coming up, the things that they were saying, was basically what Tony Robbins was saying, but from a different point of view. And the stuff that they were saying started to really, really help me. And so I want to share with you what I learned from them that was really useful and applicable, and that I've been doing every day for the past, I'm not even sure how long, days and days and days. And it's really making me feel so good, like so much better than like kind of anything else I've ever tried. And the craziest thing about it is that it makes me feel like I'm getting back into connection with myself and my true self, rather than trying to fix everything, trying to solve every problem. That doesn't work, at least for me. That does not work. So, oh, and by the way, we're gonna do Q&A at the end of this, so if you have questions, sit tight on them and let me know when you have them and we'll go through them. I got you, I would never leave you out in the cold. So, I've written some notes in my Filofax of the things that I wanna go through with you guys today. This is like the very first level of what I learned with Abraham Hicks. It gets much deeper. But I want to just give you like a chunk at a time so that you can kind of get it and try it out for the week and see how you feel and see how it changes things for you. So here's the deal. So I don't know how many of you read my post that I put on my blog this morning, which was about a sacred morning practice. I shared about what we can do in the mornings to really rev ourselves up and feel good for the rest of the day. And the whole concept around this with the sacred mornings is that you create a morning practice that is flexible, that feels good, that is fun, and that basically raises your vibration and your energy level and your joy quotient so that you can get through the rest of the day feeling really good. If you haven't read the blog post, you should check it out. It's just on galadarling.com. It's right there on the front page. Just scroll down. It's right there. It's a picture of a big, pink, inviting bed. So you should have a look at that because that ties into what I'm about to talk about. But the idea behind everything that Abraham Hicks teaches is that feeling good is the most important thing. I know that sounds simple, but it's actually groundbreaking, because so few of us make feeling good our priority. Our priority is our to-do list. Our priority is pleasing our partner. Our priority is like getting this project finished. Our priority is like getting the shopping done. The priority should always be to feel good. And the reason for that is when you feel good, you bring that energy with you into everything else that you do, and it will inform your actions. It'll change the way that you interact with people. It will change the expectations you have about what's going on around you. And it also really puts you in the present moment. So it's said that depression is when you're looking back at the past And anxiety is when you're looking forward to the future. I love that. I have loved that for so long. I'm going to say it again in case you didn't hear it. Depression is when you're looking back at your past, and anxiety is when you're looking forward at your future. But when you're truly in the present moment, you can't feel either of those things. They cannot coexist with the present moment because they're not in the present moment. They're projections, they're past memories, they're fears and worries about whatever that are not really real. They're not really here. And so being in the present moment is so, so important. So that's why feeling good is so valuable. When we make an effort to feel good in the moment, then we don't have those feelings of fear and stress and anxiety, depression, whatever. We don't have them because we're right here where we need to be. And so it's the idea of practicing being present that can really change our lives and make things so much more positive, so much better. And that's what I've been really practicing over the past week or so. And I'm telling you, it has completely changed my shit. And I think you can even see that from looking at my Instagram captions. You can feel it when you read my blog post from this morning. You can feel that my energy is different. This is not just like some bullshit like I've thought myself into a positive, no. It's because I'm really in the moment and I'm really doing everything that I can to like fully be here, fully appreciate what's going on. And really this is about having a sense of emotional fitness. And emotional fitness is being able to traverse the landmines that come up and not get sucked into them, and to keep going with what we want to do and where we want to be and what we want to create. So the idea with this is, first of all, please read my post about the morning practice because that's really everything. It's basically the idea is that when you've been awake all day, you're creating, you're thinking, you're putting your positive energy towards the things that you want more of. When you go to sleep, the momentum you've created over the previous day slows down, kind of dissipates, kind of goes away. So when you wake up, you're kind of starting from zero again. You want to raise your baseline. So there's a variety of different things that you can do in the morning to feel really good. So meditation is one, journaling is one, singing and dancing, exercising, stretching, self-pleasure. Like there's so many things that you can do, right? And the same is true when you are making an effort to be in your body, to be in the present, to feel really fucking good. And something might happen that kicks you out of it, right? So somebody might say something to you, somebody might react to you in a way that you weren't anticipating, somebody might send you a text message that they're like complaining about something or whatever, and it kind of knocks you out of that good feeling. So here's the deal with that. I was talking to a friend of mine last night and she was like, oh, you know, bad moods are contagious. Like it's scientifically proven that, you know, if someone comes to you with like a shitty attitude or whatever, like you will pick up on it. However, and that may be true. However, it's your choice as to how long you hold on to that bad mood. 100%. You get to choose to stay there if you want to, and you also get to choose to be like, you know what, fuck it, I don't want to feel like that. I want to feel good. And it's so clear because feeling good feels good. Why would you not want to feel good? It's that simple. So when somebody does knock you out of that place, you have the option of getting back into that place. And it's the same way that you get back into it in your morning practice. Meditation, nap, orgasm, workout, dance, sing, express gratitude. Expressing gratitude is such a big one. Taking a moment to be grateful for the things that you have in this moment is huge, 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 huge. So you have that option to do that. You can stop and say you're having a conversation with someone and you're like, I'm not feeling very good about this right now. You're on the phone or something. You can be like, hey, I'm not feeling that good. I'm just gonna go do some shit. I'm gonna call you back. And you can get off the phone. You can go meditate for 5 minutes. You can get off the phone and do your best Beyonce dance moves. You can get off the phone and write a gratitude list and send it to your friend. And then you can call them back when you're back in that place. And the idea is that we practice happiness. We practice pleasure. It becomes like something that we work on all the time, that we get really fluent in, that becomes really easy for us to do. And what I've discovered is that the more that I practice this, the more that I'm like Okay, I'm gonna do my gratitude every morning. I'm gonna have my morning practice. I'm gonna meditate. I'm gonna move my body. I'm gonna do what I can to stay in this place where I feel really good. The more that I do it, the easier it is. I get knocked out, I can come back within like 30 seconds to a minute because I know that I can get back there. And that's the other thing. The more that you prove to yourself that you can get back to this good place, the more security you have in that, the more you know you can get there, and that makes it even faster to get back there. Is this all making sense? Please let me know if any of that is unclear or you're not sure. So on my post about sacred mornings, I put it on Facebook this morning, and I had a woman comment, and she was like, hey, this sounds awesome, but I have 2 kids. They would love to climb all over me first thing in the morning. What should I do? And my answer to her was that that's amazing. You can include your kids. And that's the best thing that you can do, is include your kids. Have them crawl into bed with you, and everybody says like 3 things they're grateful for. Everybody gets to play their favorite song and you all dance together. Everybody gets to, like, your kids get to do some coloring in while you do 5 or 10 minutes of journaling, right? So there's a way of incorporating your family in this. This doesn't have to be a solo practice. I mean, you would love for it to be a solo practice, of course, and there has to be times where you fucking disengage from your family and you get to do your own thing. But in the mornings, maybe that's not the time, and so maybe you bring your children into it. And what an amazing positive example you're creating for them. What an amazing routine you're establishing for them that they can then do when they're adults or when they're teenagers. They can do these things on their own because you've taught them how to feel good every single morning. Right? Yes. So, okay, I have my notes. I'm looking at my notes. This one says, I'm literally going to read this note to you. Daily gratitude has transformed my thinking. Yesterday, I was overwhelmed by how arrogant and disgusting it is to complain or focus on what I don't have. Yes. Yesterday, I was literally like in a car driving somewhere, and I had just been leaving a voice memo for my friend where I was like, let's talk about the things we're grateful for. Here are all the things I'm grateful for. I sent the message, and then I took a pause and I sent one back, and I was like, oh my God, I forgot the most important thing. I'm so grateful that I love myself, that I respect myself, that I trust myself, that I have not given up on myself, and that I'm willing to do what it takes to feel good in every moment, and I haven't abandoned who I am. That is the thing that I am most grateful for. If everything else went away, I would still have that, and it's the most important thing. I was so thankful for that. And as I was in that mode, I started to think about how it's really easy for us to focus on the things that we don't have. We focus on the lack, we focus on the scarcity, we obsess over like, I wish he would do this for me, I wish she would say that, I wish that my mother would do this or not do that. And the fact of the matter is that there is so much in our lives that is good. And to obsess over the things that we don't love or don't want, firstly, only creates more of it. Guaranteed. I know for a fact that the things in my life that I have not wanted to happen over the last year have happened because I'm consistently putting my fucking energy towards it. Every time I've thought about what I don't want, how I don't like this, how this isn't satisfactory, how this isn't good enough, I am creating it. And it has all come to fruition because of my thoughts. I have to own that. That is my responsibility. 150,000%. So I also was able to realize that, sorry, my phone just rang and it threw me. So I also realized how disgusting it is to just obsess over what we don't have, because we all have so much that is good and so much that we have that is like worthwhile and meaningful and beautiful, and we need to be appreciative of those things. We need to be appreciative of those things. Okay, so my last little point on this is that we all have a lot of conditions around our happiness. We have conditions around, oh, you know, I'll feel happy when he texts me back, or I'll feel happy when I lose 10 pounds, or I'll feel happy when I have $40,000 in my bank account, or I'll feel happy when I get a new client. And this is all bullshit. All of these conditions that we have just keep happiness at arm's length. And the longer that we're in that vibe, the shittier that we're gonna feel. The more and more conditions and rules we're gonna put upon our feeling goodness. And we can feel good right now. We can feel good right now. It's completely our choice. Jessica says, I do that constantly. We all do that constantly. I do that constantly. Oh, you know, if my boyfriend comes home and he doesn't do this, then I'm gonna feel shitty. Or I'll only feel satisfied if he does this for me right now. Why? Firstly, we can never control what other people do, so we're really just wasting our fucking time. Secondly, I have to choose to be happy without that. Like, my boyfriend or my work or my friends have to be irrelevant to my joy. And that sounds a little bit harsh, but it's the fucking truth. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they do. You can choose to feel good anyway. You can choose to go deep within yourself and feel fucking good. That is completely your choice and up to you. And the other thing is that when we are saying like, oh, you know, if my boyfriend does da-da-da-da, you're making him responsible for your happiness, and that's bondage. And nobody wants that. Everybody wants to feel free, and one of the ways that we can make them feel free is by not making them responsible for how we feel. Because they're not, but we make them feel that way by our behavior, and that sucks. We don't want to do that. We don't want to do that. We are better than that. So, okay, this is another thing that I wrote down. Okay, let go of your conditions, be happy anyway. And ironically, when you're happy without it, you will become a vibrational match and you'll get what you want. Think about the vibe you had when you created good things, and you just need to get back there. So if you think about, you know, when you started your business, when you were really creative, when you got into that relationship, what was your vibe like? What was your attitude like? My guess is that it was amazing. It was like the best attitude. You were living your life, everything was good, you were so fucking happy. And that's what this is all about. So, that's all I want to say today. I know it's a big chunk. I would love for you to like listen back to it and write some notes. It's the only way that I learn is by listening and then writing notes. So please, you know, do listen to this again and like let it sink in, and then see what you can do to make this feeling good thing a really active part of your practice. So having a morning practice, feeling really good, focusing on gratitude, do that again. Now, before we get off the call, I wanted to let you know I'm doing a live event in New York City in January 13th and 14th. I just went and looked at the venue today. It is so beautiful. Oh my God, I'm so excited. So I wanted to let you guys know that that is coming. I will be releasing all the information about it soon, and it is literally all about feeling good, planning your year so that you kick ass and like bringing your most amazing self to 2018. That's what it's gonna be, and I can't fucking wait. It's gonna be amazing. Finally, if you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to answer them. I can't guarantee that I will answer them or be able to answer them because I'm still kind of new to this thought myself, but I'm really feeling it, and I think that you can tell. Like, I feel like when people are feeling good, their energy comes through the screen and it's undeniable, and that's where I feel like I am right now, and I feel like you guys, that's where you can feel this too, you can see it, right? So, yeah, let me know if you have questions, and if you don't, then I loved doing this with you. Thank you for being here with me, both on Facebook and on Instagram. The baddest bitches alive. That's who you are. Yeah, and I'm gonna finish eating a sandwich. I'm gonna do some more work, and I'm excited about it. Olive said, do you have any wisdom on cord cutting rituals? I don't really have any wisdom on it, but I know that they're very effective. I've done them a lot. The easiest way to do it is literally envision the cords around you and have a pair of big silver or golden scissors in your mind, and you just cut them. Easy, 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 easy. Danielle said, how long should the morning practice be? I asked this because I need to be at work by 8 a.m. Your morning practice can be as long or as short as you want it to be. It really doesn't matter. Your morning practice could be 5 minutes, it could be 20 minutes, it could be an hour. Maybe on Sundays it's an hour long, and maybe on Mondays it's 15 minutes. So it's totally up to you. Do what you feel good. Yeah. The Dame is saying, can we do more diet-based stuff with Badwitch Workout? Yes, I will tell my mans. We will do that for you. Yeah. Anyway, that's all. I hope you all have a beautiful Thanksgiving, and keep that high vibe going. Make sure your daily practice continues through the holidays, because that's when you're really gonna need it. It's when you're really gonna need it. Oh, Lee said, when am I coming to Melbourne, Australia? I'm coming in February. Haha, I'll see you soon. Okay, my darlings, you're awesome. Love you very much. Have a great afternoon and a wonderful Thanksgiving. And I'll see you back here this time next week.